What up, Cowboy Nation? The only nation. Welcome to the podcast called First Down Cowboys Ball. We are your hosts, Matty Matt, aka We Need More Rings, and
I am the mother of Dallas.
we about to put y'all up on game. This is our first episode, which is pretty much an introduction, letting y'all know who we are, why we Dallas fans, and why it's Cowboy Nation forever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cowboys Nation, faux L.
4L.
So let's just jump right into this thing. I'm going to ask you a very basic Cowboys question.
Okay, shoot.
When did you fall in love with the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I was always raised around the team because my father was a fan, my grandfather was a fan. I got a younger brother whose name is actually Dallas, of course, named after the team. So I'll always kind of root for them.
Okay.
But I guess I could say I became a legit fan around 2012 in that Quincy Carter stage. We had a black quarterback. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to just roll with this team.
Well,
and we lost in the playoffs that year. We made it to the divisional round, but we lost to Carolina, and that was when I was a diehard fan.
well, my experience is a little different. So my mom is a diehard Steelers fan. I can't recall her ever not being a Steelers fan. And my dad is a Giants fan. So imagine how that goes 2 games out of the season. Okay. I grew up in South Jersey, so that's strictly Eagles territory. It's everywhere. It's at your Wawas, it's at your gas stations, it is everywhere. And for those people who are not on the East Coast, Wawa is a gas station essentially. It's like a 7-Eleven on steroids. But that is where I grew up at, and I hated it. I mean, I hated it, and I didn't really pay attention to football like that. I was super girly. I still am. But when it was my choice to pick my team, I said, I want to pick the team that is America's team. Like, it's in the name. So if I'm a red-blooded American, why don't I go with America's team? And that is how I fell in love with the Cowboys. And I have been making my parents semi-unproud ever since.
I hear that. And you kind of just answered one of my questions because I had for you, living in the South Jersey, Philadelphia area, what attracted you to the Cowboys specifically? Because that's like oil and vinegar out there.
Definitely. I remember in like middle school, we had like Eagles Day at the school. And my mom came home with a pink Michael Vick jersey. Or was it a Donovan McNabb jersey? Either one of the two. And I was so absolutely mortified that I had to go into school wearing that thing.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure after I got off the bus, it made it to the dumpster before I made it home. So that kind of is my disdain for Eagles. And it's not the team. It's the fans.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with the team. It's the fans that make you kind of want to just say, the hell with the Eagles, most definitely. And for those who listening, if you're not from New Jersey, it's very hard being a Cowboy. Well, the East Coast, period, like the whole northern region, it's hard being a Dallas fan because we're nowhere near Texas, and we always get that question: why do you root for them? You don't live nowhere near them. Why not the Jets? Why not the Giants? Why not Pittsburgh? But in my mind, I'm from Texas.
Well, I moved here to Dallas.
Well,
3 years ago, and it's literally the best thing that's ever happened to me. I remember when I first moved here, and I went to Walmart to pick up like throw pillows, and I walked down to like the sports section or the men's section where they have all like the t-shirts, and it was just a row of Zeke jerseys. I was like, I'm home. I've made it.
Wow.
I'm never leaving. I will never go back. It won't happen for me.
So you're never coming back at all. That's it for you.
I will come back to visit because family is still in New Jersey, but I will never plant my oats back there ever again. No, can't happen.
Hey, well, that's Cowboys Nation right there.
Till I die.
And yes, I'm still a fan who has never made it to this stadium yet. So that's definitely on my list. Trust me, I will get down there. But who knows? Maybe next season. I'm definitely aiming for next year, most definitely. And we were too young for the stadium in Irving, so
Yeah.
Shit happens.
But I remember my first experience going to AT&T Stadium. First of all, it is tremendous. That's A. B.
Okay.
You can literally see it from the parking lot. I mean, from the highway.
Wow.
So when you're driving down the highway and you look to your left, and it's just this beautiful stadium. It's very overwhelming, especially people like us who weren't raised in Dallas, so we didn't really see it. We weren't really around it. But my first time going, I was like, "Oh, I've made it! Like I've made it! I've made it!" People, like, do you understand? This was my crowning moment.
Well, you definitely stole one of my questions again. That's what I was gonna ask you. You definitely stole, so I'm gonna have to go to another one. But I got you. I definitely got you. Do you remember the first game that made you stick with Dallas Cowboys? Like, what game was it where you was like, you know what? This is my team, win, lose, or draw?
The one game that sticks with me that really bugged the hell out of me, but I still was ride or die, was the infamous Dez Caught It.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I was so pissed off at the whole situation. The catch, the call, all of it. I was so angry. And I took it out on the team, which I shouldn't have, because it wasn't the team's fault. It was the ref's fault. The ref need to go back to America's Best and get his vision checked. But that's neither here nor there.
I definitely feel you. I remember what I was doing in that moment. I was actually making my bed, and I just saw Dez go up. And when I saw that ball somewhat plop out of his hand, I'm like, we got to hurry up and call the next play because they're going to challenge that. They're going to challenge it. I'm like, Romo, hurry up and get there. But Green Bay coach threw out the flag, and I said, this is where our season ends right here. Like, I already knew. I said, damn, they're going to rule. He didn't catch it. It was fourth down, so they automatically get the ball back. And I just knew from there it was over. I knew it.
Yeah, that game really hurt my feelings. And I was real close because I, like you, first things first is I've watched football. I'm a huge football fan. It is one of my major things in life. One of my greatest accomplishments in life is that I can say that I'm a fan. I know football. I'm not just walking around just screaming Dallas Cowboys. I know plays. Okay, I'm very intricate. I'm a coach from the couch. I like to call myself that in the season. I coach from the couch.
All right.
So just like you, when I saw it was fourth down, I said, okay, let's make things happen before that little red flag comes out. But before that could happen, they threw the flag, and I was like, God damn it!
Sorry to cut you off, but what hurts more is when you watch the play over again now on YouTube, and you see that Cole Beasley was wide open, and Romo didn't even have to launch the ball all the way down like that. It just hurts even more now.
Yeah, definitely.
So for Cowboy fans, if you can't watch that play, like if that play really just makes you want to vomit, then yeah, I mean, if you go back and watch it, Cole Beasley is standing 6 yards away from Romo wide open, and it's just it just hurts. It definitely hurts.
Yeah, that was the game. But I actually have a question for you.
All right.
It's a very good question, very intricate, thought out, well planned question.
Well planned. All right.
Right. If you could ask any player, past or present, one question, that's all you get. Get one question. Who would the question be directed to, And what would the question be?
Okay. It would definitely be Tony Romo.
Okay.
My question to him would be, was what made him think it was cool in 2007 when we were 13-3. We won the division, got the first round bye, and he took Jason Witten and their female companions at the time to Mexico instead of getting ready for our playoff game against the New York Giants. What made him think that was cool? Because I truly believe that was a Super Bowl team, and besides this current roster that we have right now, that was the last team that I saw where we were pretty good on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So that would be my definitely Romo. Romo would get all of this right now, all of my cursing, my rants, all of that. Right now.
I completely understand. If I were to answer that question, my question would be to DeMarco Murray. So after he, did so well for us and then went to the Eagles,
yes,
my question to him would be, how does it feel to not have such a record-breaking season? How does that make you feel? To know not only did you go to a rival, but you went to a rival and couldn't even do half the work you did before. How does that make you feel? Because as a person who's a Cowboys fan, I love
it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that I love it, but I am. But hey, you get what you deserve. You wanted to take the money. I mean, we didn't offer him what he deserved. I mean, I do get, leaving for, financial reasons or whatever, but sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side, bro.
No, the grass is greener on the other side. It's because it's fertilized with bullshit. That's why it's green.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right then. Yeah, you're right. I got a question for you.
Okay.
If you could actually be in the front office for the Dallas Cowboys,
yes,
what would you be? Would you be the GM? Would you be the on the scouting team? What?
I think I would have to be. I'd like to be on the scouting team. Here's why. Okay. The scouting guys, girls, organization group, they have this almost like futuristic vision. They can see a player who is either fresh out of college, fresh in college, trying to make it to the NFL. This is not like this is the game, guys. Like, this is the place to be. Yeah. And they can see just the vulnerability, the rawness, the talent of someone, and see how far they can take an entire organization.
I hear you. It makes sense.
I mean, think of if it were me and I was the person who said, listen, on that fourth pick, I think Ezekiel Elliott is the guy. That right there, I think I would die a happy person because he came in and literally transformed our whole offense.
True indeed.
So I'd have to be the scouting person. I'd like to just, see someone's potential from a very raw beginning stage and just watch them flourish. And then, people start getting comfortable with me making my decisions, and I don't have to be on the team. I can do this by myself. The one man thing.
I feel you. Makes sense. If I had to answer that same question, I'd be a GM.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be a GM because I really want to be that person in charge of the personnel, pretty much. Like, who goes where, who should be paid, who might have to eat the, crow and not get paid. Yeah, pretty much all of the. But see, then again, if you're a GM, if it works out, then everybody loves you. But then if it doesn't, then it's like everybody hates you. But I'm cool with that.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I could do the GM thing. The GM thing, you have to take your emotions and your feelings out of it with certain people.
Yeah, true.
Like in the whole DeMarco Murray situation. Yes, he was a great player, but we didn't pay him what he was deserving. And I'm sure somebody in accounting crunched the numbers and there was enough money to pay him.
Yeah.
But as a general manager, you have to think not only what's best for the purse, but also what's best for the locker room, what's best for the team, what's best for longevity. And I don't think I could do, not because I'm a woman, but because, I have a heart. I don't think I could, separate myself from being the hard ass that you have to be to do that job and then the lovable person that people go to when you're signing them. They come to you for everything. And I don't know if I could separate myself from that. I'd be like, listen, we could throw in a couple of extra dollars. Just stay. Just let me work. Let me crunch the numbers myself.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, DeMarco Murray was definitely deserving of more of what he was offered, but he did have to take into consideration that he was injured the first 3 years. So he didn't play a full season until that last season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you do got to punch all those in, too. It's like, like, I want to pay you, but can you prove that you ain't going to get hurt? Shit happens.
All right. So let me ask you one question, which is really interesting. And I think I've asked you this before. For those of you who are listening, Matt and I have been friends for how long? A couple of years now?
We met during Dak and Zeke's first year. So, yeah. So about 3 years now.
Okay. And we met basically off of the dislike of another person who's an Eagles fan.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So, when two or more gather in Cowboys names, Roger Staubach, he resurrects, he manifests.
Yeah, pretty much.
My question to you, and like I said, I think I've asked you this before, is if Dak was not our quarterback, and you could pick another quarterback from any other team, who would you pick?
Are they currently playing now, or were they playing back then?
Let's say currently now, with all the and moves and things going on and people being let go and stuff like that. Who would you pick?
Mean, if you're a fan of football and know the sport, I think anybody would pick Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, that's my boy.
Yeah. I believe. I mean, he's incredible. I mean, he's incredible. It's gonna be interesting to see what he do now that some weapons are gone. But I think if I had to choose somebody that's currently playing, if Dak wasn't on our team, I'd have to go with him.
Yeah, that's exactly who I would go with too. First of all, he came in and he took those Chiefs and he really did work with them.
And the one thing I respect about him is he sat for his whole rookie year, and then when he came out for the sophomore year, you could tell that he really just studied the whole game. He studied the game well. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely studied. He definitely he focused. And that's what you like to see, especially in your sophomore year, is a quarterback who literally can come in and command the respect from everyone in the team. Old people, new people, coaches, general managers, owners, and the city love him. And that's kind of what you want in a quarterback. So I completely agree. If I had to choose any one of the other 31 teams, it would definitely be Mr. Mahomes, my friend.
Yeah, definitely. And it's no slack at Dak, but I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes' sophomore year. He took the team from this level, and then they were in the conference game against Tom Brady, and they was a penalty away from beating Tom Brady. So
that speaks volumes.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, if it wasn't for the penalty, we would have most likely saw the Monday night rematch against the Rams and the Chiefs,
which I believe would have been a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just me personally. I think that would have been record-breaking because they're both, at that point, they were both extremely well-rounded teams on both sides of the ball. Defense, offense, both of them would have really did some real work. But jumping off to other teams that, we'll see later. This is about us.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
exactly. I definitely got one for you.
Okay.
What was your first Dallas Cowboy jersey, and do you still have it now?
My first jersey was, I believe it was a Dez Bryant jersey.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a Dez Bryant jersey, and I do still have it. He's tucked away because he's not currently playing, but yes, I still have it.
Wow.
And I still use it occasionally, like when I go out in the streets. But I don't wear it on game day. Can't do that anymore. So I have replaced my Dez Bryant with Ezekiel Elliott, and Leighton Vander Esch is my new one.
Yeah, I definitely thought you was gonna name an older player, but my first, I was 6 years old, and it was Emmitt Smith, and hell no, I do not have that. Yeah,
that's funny.
Wow. Yeah, I thought you was gonna name, DeMarcus Ware or Miles Austin or something like that.
Now, if you're talking, no, you said jerseys. Now, I do have like T-shirts with Miles Austin and DeMarcus Ware, but if we're talking about authentic Cowboys jerseys, I have Dez Bryant's authentic Cowboys jerseys.
As a matter of fact, off topic, what do you think about people wearing just the replica jerseys and the authentic jersey? Like,
I don't mind. I don't mind. If you are repping your team on a budget, if you balling on a budget, because let me tell you something, Jerry Jones does not play with this dollar bill.
Okay? Yeah, you're right.
Repping your team on a budget, rep your team. I don't care if the jersey costs you $30. I don't care if the jersey costs you $300. I don't care if you got it at the swap meet. I don't care if you got it offline. Rep your team, period.
Yeah, because at first, probably up until a month ago, I was real big on authentic jerseys. But then one day I was just sitting there, I'm like, it's not like I'm actually the one playing in the damn game.
Right.
So I don't really need to have the authentic stitched up and, tagged up jersey.
I 100% agree. But let me ask you a question. Speaking of game days and jerseys and things like that, what is your game day ritual? Do you have one?
My game day ritual?
Yeah.
One thing that I do all the time, I don't know if do is even correct language, but something that I do often. Actually, lately, you know what? I do. Lately, I've been watching all of the games with my dad. So, like, we pretty much have a ritual where we play golf first, to talk about that game or what we need to do, what needs to happen so we can win. Then we get breakfast at a diner, and then we come back and we watch all the games, and really not specifically the Dallas Cowboy games, but the games that come on before, after. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
That sounds like a good game day ritual. That's not too bad. See, mine is a little bit more stressful.
Oh, wow.
I put a lot of heart and soul into every game. So before the game, I pray. Got to take it up to the big guy, okay? Only he makes things happen.
I hear that.
Take it up to him. Let him finesse, do what he's going to do. And then right before the game comes on, I make sure that I have my jersey on. If it's not a jersey, it's a T-shirt with somebody's name, a number, something Cowboys is shrouded on my flesh.
I hear that.
And then once I'm in the game, I'm in my seat, I have me a good drink in hand, something preferably alcoholic, depending on how the team wants to play. And then I have to count to 10 because my blood pressure will rise with this team. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if you do it. My blood pressure goes up and down with this team. I have probably gone into cardiac arrest maybe 8 or 9 times. But I count to like 10. I take a deep breath, and then I look at the TV because you know how they do like the videos with like Dak in his interview or Zeke in his interview or whoever. Yeah. I look at the TV and I say, "Get your shit together."
Get your shit together. I hear you, and I definitely have a follow up to that. Yes, I have panic attacks. I'm 28, but during football season, I'm about 68, 69. Most definitely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
most definitely. And that actually leaps right into my next question,
Okay.
honestly. After a loss, how long do you soak in it? Like, do you like take like that Monday and Tuesday or like all week?
No. I don't take any time. Once we lose, I have to stay off of all forms of social media because
Oh, okay. Okay.
we're not only are we America's team, but we're America's hated team as well. So I have
Yeah.
to stay off of social media because you will have haters and trolls coming out of literally everywhere and nowhere trying to talk trash about your team. So I stay off of social media. I bask in my loss by myself or Jack Daniels or Jose Cuervo or whoever's around.
Jose Cuervo. All right.
And I wash it off. It's out of my hands, out of my control. We'll just use this as a learning opportunity for the following week.
Well, I only soak in it for the rest of that Sunday. Like by Monday, I'm cool. I'm like, hey, it is what it is. Because by the time Thursday comes back around, it's time to get started all over again. So, but
That
there's only one game ever where I had to like wash that off, like where it was sticking around.
wash it off.
Yeah, and that's when we lost the playoff game to Green Bay in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That one stayed with me for a minute. I was like, oh wow, it's not getting off me. I don't know.
Not getting off you. All right. So let me ask you this. If you were offered
Yep.
a position on the
Mhm.
roster
Okay.
as a player,
Yep.
what position would you be?
Hmm. Well, just judging by my height, my size, slot receiver. So
Okay.
something like a Julius Edelman, Cole Beasley type thing.
That's not that bad. See, I'm 5'7", so I'm not super duper tall.
Yeah.
However, I think my aggressiveness and my
Hmm.
overcompensation and my cockiness and my attitude, I
Hmm.
would be a perfect wide receiver.
Yeah. Think so?
I know so. Because let me tell you something. I am on trash talking levels of like Chad Ochocinco. I'm up there.
Hey, I hear you. I hear you.
I'm up
You
there. I'm
definitely
trash
are.
talking. Okay.
Cowboy fans, she is not lying. She can go. She can go.
And don't make me too mad because then I'm gonna talk about your mother.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to talk about nobody's mom. You don't want to do that.
No. See, I like to keep it friendly at first. Little friendly back and forth trash talking ain't never hurt nobody. I'm
Mm.
talking like friendly. But then when you start getting like Josh Norman, Odell Beckham, uh Chad Ochocinco disrespectful, I'm in that bracket. I'm up there with them.
I hear you.
You
Uh-oh.
know? So
Yeah,
that would
no,
be my
I'm not.
position.
I'm not really a trash talker. I'm more of the we'll see. I'm like, yeah, you can keep talking. We'll see.
Yeah,
That's
see, you're
me.
more of like the analytical one. You're more like I'm gonna
Yeah,
get you mentally.
yeah, I'm more laid back with it.
That is not me. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna rattle you up. Okay.
You cannot fight rough with rough. It's gonna have to be smooth. You know? That's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, tell that rough and smooth nonsense to Odell Beckham and Josh Norman because I swore I could be wrong, but I swore that was a UFC fight happening on the
Yeah,
30-yard line. Am
yeah,
I right?
yeah. You right. Let me see. Oh, do you find yourself on the Dallas Cowboy website all day, every day, just reading everything?
I get alerts to my phone. So if anything
Oh,
happens, I
mm-hmm.
get alerts to my phone. So I don't necessarily have to like log into the website to
Mm-hmm.
see what's really happening. I get alerts. Like this whole thing that happened with Zeke, I got an alert.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I'm like, what's going on? So I find myself always in the know.
Mm.
Um, without almost like knowing, it just happens. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we signed so-and-so. Okay, cool. Put my phone down. Stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't really find myself like on the website clicking links and watching videos and things like that. I really don't have a whole lot of time to do that. If I could dedicate some time to be on videos and the web chats and things like that, I'd find myself on there all day long. So it's probably a good thing I'm not, because I'd be on there 24/7.
I'm the complete opposite, man. I'm reading everything because I like to hear what people have to say, and it's crazy, like some of the things that people say about us. I'm like, wow, did he really just say that? But yeah, like I'm reading all the articles and all of that. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, yeah, I'm a nerd.
Yeah. See, the one thing I like about Cowboys Nation and the Cowboys organization fans are that even though we love the same team, we all have the same goal in mind, is to get more Super Bowl rings, raise the Lombardi. That's our main priority, our main goal. But everyone has their own personal feelings about the team,
True.
So it makes it like a very well-rounded team. We don't all agree on things. Like for me, I would have loved to keep Cole Beasley. I thought that he was my guy. Like that was my guy. I would have loved to have kept him, but some people were like, "Good, glad to see him go," and things like that. And then after you hear him making comments about him not even wanting to be in Dallas, I was like, "Oh well, fuck you. You can go on now."
Exactly.
It's kind of like that. So I really do appreciate being a part of an organization kind of like this. It's fun.
Yeah, and everybody has their own views. Like there's a lot of different perspectives on Dak. Like every time I read comments on anything or on anybody's YouTube pages, it's just everybody seems to have their own perspective of Dak. I'm like, oh, okay, oh, all right, oh shit. My perspective, I think he's a well polished headache.
Okay.
That's what I think he is. Yeah, he's a well polished headache, migraine. Like for the first 3 quarters, you like, we could cut this dude after the game.
Right.
But then the fourth quarter, he's like, oh my God, Dak Prescott, I love Dak Prescott. He's one of those. Like he's not pretty through the whole game, and it's annoying.
Right.
Yeah.
I do have to agree with Dak. Don't get me wrong. I love Dak. I don't have a problem with Dak. I have issues with him. See, there is a difference between having problems and having issues. I have issues with Dak. I think that he feels a whole lot of pressure, and that resonates in his game. When your quarterback feels very at ease and relaxed and lackadaisical, not necessarily lackadaisical, that's not a really good word to use, but when they feel relaxed or they don't have a lot of pressure or they feel like they have a lot of eyes on them, they play a whole lot better. They're not making little mental mistakes. They're not, they're looking at the whole field. They're seeing who's open. They're seeing who's double covered, who's double teamed. They're looking at all of those things. But when you have Dak, who not only, like I've said before, we're America's most hated team. So anything he does is under heavy scrutiny. And it's not just from outside people, it's also from inside. As a fan, you have fans who were screaming for him to be cut last year.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say I hate Dak or I dislike Dak. I dislike the issues that come with Dak. But when he is on and he is giving you a production in a show, it is a production in a show.
Like he has this stat where in the past 3 seasons he's the only quarterback with the most comeback wins. But I'm like, why do we even have to be in those kind of,
in that conversation
situations? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. Comeback wins, that's a good stat to have, especially for the playoffs, because then that just lets me know that even if it looks like the game is done, it's not done.
Right.
Like, that's cool. But why do we always have to be in those? Like last year, like my anxiety during week 4 when we played Detroit. Like my anxiety that game was serious, and it got to a point where I didn't think that Dak was gonna get that ball down that field. Like I just didn't think it was gonna happen. But when he threw it to Zeke and Zeke caught it and we were in field goal range, I was like, whew, like all right, Dak. It's like just when I was getting ready to write Dak off, and then that's when he just proved me wrong. But
I agree. But
yeah.
let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a would you rather question.
Okay.
Would you rather have season tickets for one full season or help the Cowboys make one draft pick?
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Ooh, very silent.
I mean,
this is a good one.
You know what? Who wouldn't want to be in that war room with Jerry? And plus, as a diehard Cowboy fan, I got some words for Jerry anyway. So I think I'm gonna choose. I would definitely help them with a draft pick. I would definitely do that.
Now, see, I'm the opposite.
Yeah,
I am. If this was the choice that I was given, now previously I said I would love to be a scout and I would like to do all of that. But if this is the choice I'm given between season tickets for a full season or help to make a draft pick, I'm going to go with the season tickets. Here's why. If I am putting my input and I'm giving you my effort and I'm giving you stats and all types of goodness in order to pick someone, and you look me in my eyes and say, yeah, but we're going to go with him. Oh, now we have to fight. It will absolutely be a war room. It's going down. That's it.
I feel you on that too, though.
So I don't think that I could take that kind of pressure with someone saying, no, I hear what you're saying. I like Jerry looking at me like, no, I hear what you're saying. That's a very good, valid point. He's great. But I think we're going to go with somebody else. So I don't think that I would much rather just sit in my seat.
I feel you.
Get me a nice cold beer and some nachos.
So
and just enjoy the show.
So you don't mind being emotionally invested, but you just can't do it that way. It's not gonna happen that way.
Here's the thing: I'm already emotionally invested with this team. Okay, this team to me is probably the longest relationship I've ever had.
Wow.
And I say that because I get emotional about this team. When they make me mad, it's not like a mad where it's like, oh, it's okay. I'm like mad on the inside.
Nah, I hate
when the whole Dak Dez caught it thing happened, or when Jason Witten retired and they played the video at AT&T Stadium, or when Romo retired and they played that video at AT&T Stadium. I was emotional. Like I was upset. I was crying. It was like I had lost a loved one, and they don't even know I exist.
Nah,
I'm very emotional about my team. Everyone on the team to me is family. They don't know me, but I feel like I know them.
All right. Well, I got one for you, and I don't think anybody can answer this quickly.
Okay.
And to all the viewers, listeners, you guys could answer this too. What's your favorite Dallas Cowboy jersey? Like, is it the white, the navy, the Thanksgiving color rush, the old school Thanksgiving from back in like the 1990s? Like, if you could choose one jersey and you had to wear that every week.
I think it would be the blue jersey. I think it would have to be the blue jersey. Here's why. Why. That navy color is like symbolic with the Cowboys. Like when you see that wave of navy coming out that locker room, it's a different feeling,
True.
It's different. That's why I'm gonna have to go with the navy one. Because if I were, say, an Eagles fan, I hate to use them as an example, but if I was an Eagles fan and I saw that wave of green coming, I'm feeling it. Like it's bringing a whole nother sense to the game. So I'm gonna have to go with the navy. The navy blue ones, I can rock with that.
The navy blue. Yeah. My favorite is the most dangerous one because it's the white one. But
Ooh.
if if you at a bar eating wings, that's not the jersey to wear. But I definitely love the white one. I don't know. It's the only thing I don't like, and I really wish that I could email Jerry because I think his daughter is in charge of the uniforms. I really wish I could email somebody and be like, why are our numbers on the white jerseys that giant blue? It just reminds me of the Giants. Like I really think that we should change that royal blue to navy blue, but
Okay.
that's just me. That's just me. And then when you think about it, like when you look at the outfit, like once they're actually in uniform, the royal blue doesn't match because everything else is navy besides that. I'm like, I don't understand why we have to have that New York Met blue in there. Like, I mean, maybe I'm bugging or maybe I'm wilding. I don't know.
Okay, so let's talk regions. Okay, so
Regions. All right.
you are in North Jersey, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have the displeasure of being around Jets fans and more
Giants.
importantly, Giants fans, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am from South Jersey, so I have the unhappiness of being around Eagles fans, Redskins, as well as Steelers fans.
Okay.
So, but more importantly, of our division, that
Mm-hmm.
is the Giants, the Eagles, and the Redskins,
Mm-hmm.
which team and fans, let's do teams first. Which team do you dislike the most?
Dislike the most?
Yes, take their fans out of it. Take the fans out of the equation because the fans really, truly add 90% to some a team's
Oh.
dislike. Take the fans
Oh,
out of it.
okay. So just team without the fans.
Team without the fans.
Hmm. Interesting. Guess I might have to go. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Washington, and the reason why
Okay.
is because I feel like Washington has our number. Like even if they do lose, we were sweating the whole entire game.
I
It's
agree.
just like we can't seem to have a perfect game with Washington, like at all. Like there's been times where we have spanked the Eagles or we spanked the Giants, but the Redskins, we don't spank them at all. Like it doesn't matter what year, what era. We something about Washington. So if we're just going just strictly off of the team basis, I gotta go with Washington. But if
Now
we're talking,
I'm going with the Eagles.
oh, okay, oh, you're going Philly, all
I
right.
have to go Philly only because if we're taking fans out of it and I'm strictly looking at it as a logistic type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
they have weapons. They have players on that team who can do work.
Do damage.
So
Yeah, you right.
that team does give us a little bit of sweat. However, the Cowboys have been able to manifest that nervousness, that edge that comes with playing them. Because if you see, when we play any other team in the division, it's not as bad as when we play those Eagles. We play a totally different game. We act different. We move different. We sound different. That team, I don't know what they bring out in us, some little blue demon that lives within us, but they bring him out every time we play. And I love, as a person who likes watching football, I love watching what they make us do.
They do make us more physical. I
They
will
do.
admit that. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Philadelphia brings out the Debo from Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put the fans in it.
Oh, now, if you want to put the fans in it, then it's definitely the Eagles.
Okay.
If you want to put the fans in it, because especially now that they have a Super Bowl too, now it's like, oh, we have the most current Super Bowl from this division, and which I don't even understand how that's an argument. Like I don't understand how
when you got your ring or when you didn't get your ring is an argument. Like me personally, and this is coming from a fan of a team that has 5, but I don't
come on.
yeah, like I don't understand how that's an argument. Oh, we have the most current one, so you can't talk. Okay, so fast forward 10 years from now, that
Right.
argument means nothing anymore.
Right. So
Yeah.
for me, the Eagles are like a bad, almost like a one night stand, right?
Oh.
They hit it, they get it, and then they don't stop talking about it. It's like, we got it. Like, I get it. You got your ring. You got it. You got the goal. Wonderful. Now shut the fuck up. Okay? I don't want to hear about it over and over again. Congratulations are due. Yes, I will give you what you are deserving of. You're deserving of a congratulations. You're deserving of a parade up and down Broad Street, which you probably won't ever see soon, knock on wood, because it'll be down here in Dallas. You're deserving of holding the Lombardi Trophy. Wonderful. But we are currently past a year since they won, and every Eagles fan that you will come in contact with will still talk about that ring. Yeah, but we got a ring though. But I'm sure it's collecting dust as we speak. I don't care. I don't care.
I hear you on that. But you do have to look at it from their angle. I mean, they've been told since the NFL merged and the NFL championships don't really count anymore. Like
Right.
since then, they've always been told, yeah, but you don't have any rings. Yeah, but you don't have any rings. And even I am guilty of looking Eagle fans in the face.
Oh yeah.
And saying, look, the Baltimore Ravens has only been an organization for 17 years and they have 2 rings. What's your excuse? So I've been guilty of throwing that
Me too.
in their face.
It is an automatic disable button.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's why they still feel like, hey, I finally slept with my crush. Yeah.
Right. It's like, we get it. You did it.
Yeah.
You went all the way.
Yeah.
Now please let us free. Okay. We're tired of hearing it.
True. And then you can still hit the disable button because they won it with the backup quarterback. So it's like,
right.
It's like let's slow down a little bit. We still don't know if your starter is the franchise yet.
Exactly. I completely agree. But speaking of starting quarterbacks,
mm-hmm.
Do you wish that Tony Romo had a position within the Cowboys front office?
Yes. Matter of fact, my father, who's also a Dallas Cowboy fan, diehard since 1975, he suggested that Jerry should make him an offer that he can't refuse and just become our coach because of his offensive mind.
I agree.
And when I sat and thought about it, I'm like, yeah, because it looks like we're winging Rod Marinelli off of the defensive coordination position and putting Chris Richard there. So with Chris Richard in charge of defense and Tony Romo would be in charge of our offense, you're looking at a 6-time Super Bowl winning team.
I agree.
I mean, and that's not cockiness. That's not, oh, you're just saying that because you're Dallas. No, I truly believe with Romo's offensive mind, and that's what we need. We need somebody to stretch this offense and pretty much make defense go, oh, shit, we can't guard that. Because everybody
right.
Scott Linehan was doing, like, he had 3 plays.
Here's the thing I think about Tony Romo having a position in the office. I think it would be fantastic. If you've seen his mind and his vision, even in the booth, just talking about games, he can call a play before it happens. So he has that almost like that leg up where he can keep us very mysterious when it comes to our opponent. He can put us in a position that they'd be like, oh shit, I didn't know they had that in the playbook. Hold up. We don't have to come out with something different.
I truly believe Romo will make up for all of the anxiety that he put on us as a player. He'll make all of that up if we was to make him the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He will make all of that up. We will forget all about
when he was the player and all of his stupid plays and his most famous botching the field goal kick in Seattle in the playoffs. We will forget all of that because I think he'll make all of that up and he can get us to at least 3 rings. I truly believe that wholeheartedly.
I don't even think it'll take 3. I think it'll take just 1.
Yeah?
I think it'll take just 1. Here's
Oh,
why.
okay.
Here's why I say that. I say because if he can come in as a former player who clearly knows our playbooks, if he can come in and really do work with the offensive team and really get those guys on one accord and really just push them to their limit and call plays that'll really keep our opponent guessing, and he gets 1 ring. I'm saying 1. I don't even think 3. I think 1 will wash it away. You want to know why? Because we haven't had one in so long. We're fiending. At this point, we are crackheads for 1 ring.
I hear you.
I don't think it'll take 3. I think it will take 1. If he can do what Jason Garrett can't do, or just not what he can't do, what he hasn't done. If he can do something that Jason Garrett hasn't been able to do, which is bring a ring to Dallas or bring the Lombardi back to Dallas where it rightfully belongs, then all will be forgiven with Cowboys Nation with him. All will be forgiven.
And I'm going to follow you with that. And to all Dallas fans listening, if you were born after 1988, and I want you to really listen to what I'm about to say, and after I say it, you're going to say, oh, shit, he's right. If you were born after 1988, you do not remember a divisional round win from this team. We have not won a divisional round game since 1995. From 1996 until this most recent loss against the Rams, we have lost the divisional round. That's 23 years of not getting past the divisional round. That shit is horrible. I hate thinking about it. I hate that it has to be this way. Jerry has to do something about that. The Cowboys have to do something about that. Anybody that is in my age bracket, I was born in 90. So anybody in my age bracket, if you were born 2 years before me and down, you don't know what a divisional win looks like.
Right. But that is what I want. I want to know what a divisional win looks like. Hell, I want to know what a Super Bowl looks like. You know what I'm saying? I live in Dallas. So it will be only nothing for me to come to work. Okay, I will happily be on Fox's News, giving all of my interviews. You hear what I'm saying?
You can't call out of work because of that. You can't do that. You can't call out of work.
Watch me. I will call out of work because it's a holiday. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I will call out of work. If we win a divisional game, I'm going to just bask in that. But if we bring a Super Bowl back here, I'm calling out of work. If my manager, if my boss, if an employee of mine who is listening, mark this on whatever future calendar you need to. I'm calling out. Okay?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's to a point where I think I'll cry as if we won the Super Bowl if we win a divisional game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I have to save those tears. I got to save those tears for the Super Bowl. I got to save them.
I am a Capricorn. I got enough tears for me and you. You can use your tears, and I'm going to give you some of mine. Because I'm going to cry. And then, that's the divisional game. I'm going to cry. But if we win the Super Bowl, I'm bawling. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Hey, Jerry Jones, if you're listening, do whatever you have to do to where it's Super Bowl day. That clock says fourth quarter, 0-0-0, and the confetti is blue and silver, and we are standing on that field, on that stage, and Dak Prescott is holding that trophy and waving it to the world. That's all I want to see, and I'm good. Give me that. Can we have that?
Yes, I need that as well.
I think we've had enough pissed off years, stupid ass moments to where we deserve this now. It's been 23 seasons. We deserve this now. It's our time. It's going to be our time.
But we have to learn when to get rid of players. That's one thing that I notice about this front office. We get rid of players when it's too late. Like Dez Bryant, we should have cut him after 2016. Jason Witten should have retired the year before. Like, we keep players around just a little bit too long.
Now, see, that's why I differ from you.
Uh-oh. Let's argue. Let's do it.
For me, Dez Bryant, and you know this as my friend, yes. I love that man. Dez Bryant.
Yes.
I love Dez Bryant. Like, he was the standard on whom I dated. It wasn't like he was just my favorite player. Like, I would question people like, so what's your views on Dez Bryant? oh, you don't know him. Oh, you don't like him. Well, then I can't get with you. I can't even entertain the thought of us procreating in this world if you don't know who Dez Bryant is. Like,
wow.
I don't know if you're worth it. Okay.
And she is not lying. She is not lying, y'all. I'm telling you. Yeah, he up until he left, he was all her husbands, all her boyfriends.
Okay. Husbands, boyfriends, boo things, boo stinkities.
Everything.
He was my everything. And when you and I had this conversation, I remember us having this conversation, and you said they're going to cut him. And I said, oh, you crazy as hell. Okay, they ain't gonna cut my man. They be some plum ass fools to cut my man. If they cut my man, I'm not watching the Cowboys. I quit the team. I'm emotionally invested. I'm emotionally involved. He's gonna have to come to my house and cry on my damn shoulder. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be a part of this anymore if that's what happens. I don't think people understand when I tell you that I genuinely loved this man. Okay. I was like, I still have him where on Instagram, if he posts something, I get a notification. I'm one of the first people to like that. Double tap, baby. Okay.
Wow. Double tap. All right.
Listen, my top two who I have chimes for are him and Beyonce. Let me put it to you like that. So when you and I had that conversation, that was a real like wake up moment for me. Because I was like, well, what if they do cut him? Then what? Like, it's like, what happens afterwards? I'm like, well, no, he's been around for so long. He's really produced. He's our wide receiver number one. He gives us the yards. He's aggressive. He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. And maybe a month later, got the notification on my phone. It was like, Cowboys have decided to cut Dez Bryant. And I felt my heart fall to my butt. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't believe it. I literally had to go on ESPN to verify. I went on Google to verify. Okay, if it's the first 3 hits, it's true. Okay. Yeah. I went on Cowboys.com to verify. I went on all Twitters. I went on the Instagrams. I went on Facebook. I went everywhere I could to make sure that this was true information. And when it was true, it hurt me so bad. So I am not the person to say, let's cut somebody when we need to cut them. Because I am the type of person, I give people multiple shots. Let me just give him another chance. Maybe he'll come around. And when that happened, that one tore me up. That tore me up. This one with Cole Beasley, letting him go, that didn't hurt. Brandon Carr,
that didn't hurt.
Didn't hurt
Cole
at all.
Beasley
First
didn't
of all,
hurt.
Brandon Carr, that didn't hurt. When we let DeMarco Murray go, that didn't hurt. I was like, oh, okay, well, happy trails. Okay, I don't know what else you want me to say. We can let go just about anyone, and I sleep just fine. But that one with Dez Bryant tore me up. I felt
that hurt the soul, huh?
I felt like there was a death in my family. I literally was wearing like all black because I was in mourning.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you a real quick story, and we're gonna have to wrap this up real soon. But my dad in 2016, Dak Prescott's rookie season. I don't know if you guys remember, but we had this stretch of 3 games: San Francisco, Cincinnati, and Green Bay. We won all 3 games, and Dez Bryant was injured for all 3. The Monday morning after we beat Green Bay, my dad calls me. He says, Matt, we got to get rid of Dez right now. We can't wait. We got to do it now. I said, why? He said, Dak just proved that he could win without arguably the best player on our team. We have to get rid of him now while other teams still think he's good. If we wait and try to do this later, we won't get anything for him. And we didn't make any moves on trading Dez. And then the very next season, that was the end of Dez Bryant. And everybody was so shocked. And my dad was like, see, I told you he wasn't the man anymore.
Yeah.
We had already proved that we could win without him. And it was those 3 games. We was on the road for San Francisco, home for the Bengals, and then we went back on the road for the Packers. And we won all 3 games. And that's when my dad had it in his mind that we didn't need Dez anymore.
Well, it still hurt. Okay.
It still hurt?
It did. It still hurts a little bit. It hurts to see him. Now, mind you, when he went to the Saints and let's put it like this. No one has seen him in a Saints jersey on a field.
Mm-hmm.
But when that happens, I'm going to feel some kind of way.
He won't be there. And honestly, I'm sorry, Cowboy fans. They say you shouldn't laugh at people's injuries, but I laugh from a happy place. Like my toes laughed just as much as I laughed when I read that he injured himself on the last play of practice. I said, see, because he done got too big, sitting around chilling, thinking he could just show up on a football field, started eating, and he did one little juke move, and his ankle said no. No. I laughed from a happy place.
First of all, we're not going to fault the man for going to McDonald's, okay? We're not going to do that, okay? Everybody likes McDonald's, okay? Even my keto friends like McDonald's. Just get it with no bun. But we're not going to fault him for eating good in the neighborhood, okay?
Yeah,
I will, however, say that you can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? This little juke move that you usually do when you were, say, 60 pounds lighter, you can't do that. Okay? You got to ease yourself into that.
Exactly.
But I don't know yet. We ain't got there yet. I'm waiting for this season, and we're gonna see what happens this season. So I'm very excited for this season, by the way.
Dez Bryant will be watching our games from his couch. Trust me, he's done. That injury sealed the deal. It's over. It sealed the deal. It's over. He'll be watching the game the same way we are. He's going to do exactly what you said. He's going to watch the pregame show and look at the TV and tell Dak, get your shit together.
Facts.
He's going to do the same thing. But yeah, Cowboy Nation, this was the first episode, the first go around. A lot more to go. We going to be in here, so please stick with us.
Definitely.
Ride out with us. It's building. Support it. The Mother of Dallas has all of our contact information.
Yes.
If you want to give all that out.
Sure. So first things first is, just like Matt said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget that we are all over this good social media. Okay. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. So if you ever need to get in contact with us, reach us there. Follow us. Like. And we are also posting on YouTube, so you can subscribe. Keep up with us. We're going to be posting some good content for you guys, something we can all laugh at. We're going to ask that you kind of hit us back up. Let us know how you feel. Let us know what you like. We give shout outs out here. And if you would like to kind of write us and tell us what you think about us, or tell us what you think about the organization or this new season, feel free to write us. We'll read your letter here. We'll comment on it. We'll shout you out. You know, just kind of keep it in the family.
Do not be shy at all. No question is a stupid question. We answer them all. Yes. We'll laugh. We might disagree, but it's all fun and games. We are Cowboy family, Cowboy kinfolk. Tell grandma I said what's up.
And tell your daddy he owed me $7. And I need that on the Cash App.
And 72 cents. We gonna holler at y'all. Peace.
Bye.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!